millions of people will be hitting the road today and tomorrow traveling for the 4th of July. We're going to have more on what to expect.
And of course, we're watching the radar closely as extra moisture is moving in. If you're traveling across the southeast, we'll talk about those rain chances locally and a check at the tropics.
And we'll tell you how the Scottish EPA ruling will impact TVA. Local 3 News at noon starts now.
This is Local 3 News at noon.
Thank you for watching Local 3 News at noon. It is Friday, July the 1st. I'm Latrice Curry. We want to begin with holiday travel. Millions of people are hitting the road or heading to airports this holiday weekend. Nearly 90% of Americans traveling this holiday weekend will be traveling on the roads. Here's a look at TDOT traffic near Rossville Boulevard. It's moving smoothly there. Earlier, it was really heavy out there. There's also a chance for some rain, so let's get right back to meteorologist CedricHaynes here in the studio with our holiday forecast. Cedric.
Yeah, good afternoon, Latrice. Of course, folks are obviously getting ready to hit the roads or just trying to make their plans as we go throughout the next couple of days. And we are going to have to dodge some raindrops out there, but it's not going to be a washout or anything where you're going to deal with an all-day rain event, at least across most of the southeast. Let's take a look at the temperatures first because we are in the 80s, 88 degrees in Athens, 82 degrees in Murphy, Dalton, 80 degrees in Altamont, 85 in Chattanooga, and 72 degrees in Fort Payne. Now, here's one thing that you're going to notice whether you're traveling off to the north, the east, the south, or even the west. We've got a lot of humidity. Remember when we had the dry air showing up on this map? That has completely disappeared in the entire southeastern half of the country in the very humid conditions now with those dew points climbing into the upper 60s to lower 70s. That's also leading to a better chance of a few pop-up showers already beginning to develop out there across parts of the area. So you can see near the Cumberland Plateau here between Dunlap and Spring City there, we're starting to see a few pop-ups developing. Also over across portions of north and northeast Georgia here, we're seeing some of those pop-ups here. Some activity about to make its way into northern Murray County from Cisco down towards Eton. We're seeing that moving out of Gilmer County now, and then some activity here in Gordon County as well, moving towards Calhoun, even a shower developing over southern Dade County. Now, as we look at the big picture, of course, we've got a couple of disturbances. One off the southeast coast, that's what's throwing some moisture our way this afternoon. We've got another disturbance here along the Gulf Coast that may impact us as we head towards the upcoming weekend as well. But for the rest of this afternoon, watch out for a few of those pop-up storms developing as temperatures climb near 90, the heat index in the mid-90s. We'll talk more about the rain chances for the rest of your holiday weekend forecast. That's coming up in just a few moments, Latrice.
Thank you, Cedric. Travel forecasters say we'll reach near pre-pandemic levels even with significantly higher gas and airfare costs. NBC's Tom Costello has more for us.
For Americans celebrating the 4th away from home, from the highways to the skyways, the Great Escape is well underway. And for some families, this Independence Day may also celebrate a freedom of sorts from COVID, with the youngest kids now eligible for vaccines.
You did so good!
Nearly 48 million people are traveling over this holiday, a record 42 million by car, despite record high gas prices for the 4th of July weekend.
Gas prices are insane.
But even as drivers pay a national average of $4.84 a gallon for regular, experts say for many families planning to take a trip this summer, going by car may still be the most affordable option. For a vehicle getting an average of 25 miles to the gallon, a round trip from Vegas to the Grand Canyon, just over $120. Charlotte to the Outer Banks, less than $140. Even Kansas City to Denver, a nearly 1,200-mile round trip, just over $200. But factor in meals and hotels and it all adds up.
With kids this age, we'd love to go to Disney World, but getting there and staying there, and it makes more sense to stay close.
The flying public is also paying more.
For 4th of July weekend, travelers paid an average of about $440, up 45% compared to what they would have paid in 2019.
And not just on airfare.
The cost to rent a car this year is 70% more than it was the same month in 2019. So already rental car prices are bonkers.
On Thursday, Delta pilots, in the midst of a labor contract dispute, picketed several airports nationwide, saying they're overworked. As airlines, some of which have already trimmed back summer schedules, face an ongoing pilot shortage. The wild card this weekend and beyond, the weather.
Thunderstorms from Florida up into the southeastern U.S.
All of it creating a rocky travel season over the 4th and through the summer.
Every flight we were on was overbooked. It's going to get worse as the weekend comes on, I'm sure.
Tom Costello with that report. So far today, nearly 1,300 flights have been delayed and 230 have been canceled. There have not been any issues out of the Chattanooga airport. However, Nashville has had 5 cancellations and Atlanta has had 21. Good news for those traveling to and from Georgia. Governor Brian Kemp has signed another executive order to extend the temporary suspension of the gas tax. He enacted the relief in March to help ease the price of gas. The suspension will continue through August 13th and is being extended to the locomotive fuel tax. The city of Ringgold is kicking off their Freedom Stroll today. People can get stamps on a bingo card for visiting one of 24 local businesses. People have until July 16th to fill out their cards and be entered in a drawing to win a $150 gift certificate. There'll also be a DJ playing music at the Fountain Park and several other giveaways tonight from 5 until 8. Pops on the River returns to Chattanooga this Saturday at Coolidge Park. This outdoor concert by the Chattanooga Symphony and Opera is for everyone. It ends with a fireworks show around 9:45. Don Jelseth says to take advantage of the day, bring chairs, blankets, and come early.
There are parking garages on Fraser and, of course, downtown across the river, but they also offer a shuttle service. And so if you park on 4th Street next to Unum, there's a lot you can see on ChattanoogaPops.com. It has all the details.
If you're looking for some other things to do around Chattanooga, the Riverfront Nights also begins on Saturday right across the river. Jelsa says that all begins at 7 that evening, and tomorrow night's guest is a Beach Boy cover band. The Chattanooga Fire Department wants to keep people safe with some friendly reminders. It's estimated that more than 15,000 people were hospitalized in the United States in 2020 because of fireworks-related injuries. Chattanooga Fire Marshal William Matlock tells us that he has seen firsthand an increase in the number of incidents around Independence Day. To avoid possible fires, he says, you can soak used fireworks in water for up to an hour before throwing them away. Matlock says people who shoot fireworks need to do it safely and make sure they protect their homes and neighbors.
We encourage people to leave the fireworks to the professionals if at all possible. If you are going to shoot fireworks, make sure you've read the directions, you understand the safety process of them. Don't shoot them out of your hands, don't hold them. Make sure if you are shooting them that they're on a solid surface.
Fire Marshal Matlock has one more tip for those grilling out this weekend. Never leave grills unattended and keep a close eye on your children and pets around the grill. For more tips on fireworks safety, you can head to this story inside the Local 3 News app. New at noon, we're hearing from TVA on how the ruling from the Supreme Court will affect the power plant. The Supreme Court says the EPA does not have authority to set climate standards for power plants. The EPA wanted to set standards on climate change and greenhouse gas emissions for existing power plants. In a 6-3 ruling, the conservative court sided with red states and fossil fuel companies in adopting a narrow reading of the Clean Air Act. Now, a TVA spokesperson released a statement saying they are reviewing the ruling, but they expect it to have minimal impact on the power plant or its operations. He said it doesn't change their plans to close coal plants by 2035. His statement reads in part, "We are taking a holistic, balanced approach that focuses on providing the most cost-effective, reliable, clean electricity to power our region. Our carbon emissions reduction goal from 2005 levels remain the same, 70% by 2030, 80% by 2035, and aspire to be net zero by 2050. We've already reduced carbon emissions by 60%. The Hamilton County Democratic Party released a statement in response to the Scottish decision. It reads in part, quote, "Scientists have been clear that we have a limited amount of time to reverse the damage done by humans. Today will be a day that sets back efforts to stop that damage that climate change is wreaking on our world. Climate change is the biggest global threat we face." Coming up in the next half hour, we're going to take a look back at all of the rulings from the Supreme Court this term and how they will impact you. But coming up on Local 3 News at noon after this break, New concerns over scammers sending you text. How to spot one of these scams and why they often work.
What the Tech is sponsored by Tennessee Wesleyan University Fort Sanders Nursing Department. Complete your bachelor's or master's in person or online. Learn more at tnwesleyan.edu/nursing.
Well, police in Ukraine say they busted a cyber criminal gang accused of stealing over $3 million using a tactic known as smishing. Our consumer technology reporter Jamie Tucker explains why smishing scams are easy to fall for, even for savvy computer users.
Yes, cybersecurity experts say that smishing attacks more than doubled in 2021. It is a scam where the bad guys try to trick you into sharing personal information, and it's carried out over text messages. Here's an example. You may have received a text message similar to this one congratulating you on winning a gift certificate. All you have to do is click this link. Or you've got a package in the mail that can't be delivered because it has a high value, and they're going to return it to the warehouse unless you click a link. Just believable enough to entice someone to click or tap the link. On Twitter, users are sharing photos of smishing text seemingly sent by AT&T promising a special gift. I clicked on this one just to show you what happens. I'm taken to a website asking me to sign into my Microsoft Outlook account. I would be giving that information to a scammer. And a smishing text from a scammer pretending to be your bank or credit card company will ask you to confirm your account information. And if you do, you're handing the keys to your money and your credit cards directly to the scammers. So why is the smishing scam on the rise now? Robocall blocking software and apps cannot block smishing texts. So if you receive a text message from a company offering a deal too good to be true, or that there's a problem with a delivery, just delete it. If you suspect it could be real, contact that company through its website. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Now, just a week ago, another suspected smishing gang was broken up in the UK. They're accused of stealing over $1 million from victims through text messages and emails. Ahead on Local 3 News at noon, we're going to tell you more about the new Lookout Stadium that will soon be built. Taking a live look outside from the Mission Ridge camera, and traffic is moving smoothly through this area. We have seen some areas of very heavy congestion and slowdown because of the holiday travel. So, of course, be careful if you're heading out. And a lot of people have plans this holiday weekend. They want to know what is it going to be like weather-wise. For that, plus what's going on with the tropics, let's get to meteorologist CedricHaynes.
Good afternoon, Latrice. Yes, we wanted to start off with the tropics because, yes, we do have a new tropical storm to talk about. You may have heard us mentioning potential tropical cyclone number 2 for the past, well, really what it seems like 3, 4, 5 days now. Well, it is official. It is officially now Tropical Storm Bonnie. It makes it our second named storm of the season. Of course, the first was Alex, if you remember that, made its way through South Florida earlier this month. But let's talk about Bonnie here because, again, it is down now into the Central America area now, making its way inland. So it's actually going to move inland here over the next 24 hours or so. So it probably won't strengthen much, and then it'll move back out into the Pacific Ocean, and that's where it could actually strengthen a little bit more. So if you have travels that take you to Central America, or if you're maybe traveling over towards the Baja California, it is a storm to monitor, but overall it will stay well away from most land masses. But did want to update you on the new tropical storm, Bonnie, that has just formed. So as we look outside now, though, a mix of sun and clouds across the area, kind of a tropical looking feel, and look to the sky out there. We've got that mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures, yeah, they're warming up as well. 85 degrees currently with a dew point of right around 70. So again, that very muggy tropical air mass is in place across the region. 84 degrees in Dayton, 88 degrees in Athens, 86 in Cleveland. We've got 79 in Blue Ridge, 82 in Murphy, 74 in Fort Payne, and about 80 degrees currently in Altamont. As we take a look at the radar picture, of course, you'll be able to see things are fairly quiet out there, but we've got a couple of little pop-ups. Again, notice how tiny these things are. So it really just shows you that they could pop up anywhere across the area, but down the street you may be dry, while up the road you might be dealing with a heavy shower at your house. So as you can see, we've got a little bit of activity trying to get going here, mainly along the higher elevations right now. You can see that there around Dade and Walker counties, and then over towards eastern Murray County and Fannin County here in the Blue Ridge, and then also some activity south of Calhoun. But we'll be watching radars to go throughout today for more of those pop-ups develop. We're tracking a couple of disturbances that are creating this activity. The first one you can see over the southeast coast right now. That's what's spinning in some moisture our way now. So that's why the eastern areas and the southern areas have a better chance of some of these pop-ups right now, and that will stick around as we go throughout this afternoon into tomorrow as well. And then off to the south and west here along Texas, we're continuing to watch this disturbance in the northwestern Gulf. It has not become a tropical system, and I really don't think it's going to actually do that, but it is bringing in that tropical moisture along the coast first. But some of this activity may start to spread our way a little bit as we get into the weekend, so we'll keep that chance of pop-up showers and storms going each and every afternoon. So as we look at futurecast, again, don't pay attention exactly where you see the rain and storms popping up, but just notice we've got a splash and dash showers and storms on the map for this afternoon. They'll fade out as we go throughout this evening and tonight. And then for your Saturday afternoon, there you go. More splash or dash, hit or miss showers and storms popping up, and that trend will continue right on into your Sunday afternoon as well. So for the holiday weekend, we're not talking about any day that's going to be a washout, but there will be a decent shot of some scattered showers and storms each afternoon. And we'll also notice the temperatures creeping up, but that means with the humidity, it'll start to feel more like the triple digits across parts of the area. So get ready for the very muggy conditions, which look to stick around right on into next week, along with those temperatures climbing close to the mid-90s. So that means heat indices getting above 100. Here's your Storm Alert 7-day forecast. Pop-up storms possible each every afternoon, but overall, just very warm and muggy.